Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the second video with the BIGNIU BG-X. This thing is coming in at $16.99 if you use my discount MrCentralDriver at the checkout when you purchase this thing. So in today's video, basically I have not charged it since my first ride. I have 10.5 miles on it. I also have the speed meter on here, and this also tells us, because I have not reset this, so whatever our max range is on here, the miles and everything like that, we'll know how far we got to the battery charge on this thing. They say you can get 40 miles of range. I believe it, but the way I'm riding right now at 165, 170 pounds, I'm curious to see what I'm gonna personally get. I'm gonna put another 10 miles on it today. And then we're also gonna check out the headlight and the brake light. The brake light didn't look that great in the last video, but the headlight looked great, and this is the same headlight that comes on most e-bikes I've seen lately, and it should perform very good. So without further ado, that's what's going on in today's video. Let's get on the way and have some fun. Oh, that's right, you gotta hit the brake. Now we can go. So this thing has like a park mode if you guys didn't watch my first video, so you always have to hit the brakes or move the pedals to get it moving. Kitty! Kitty! Hey, kitty! Kitty! Oh, okay. He don't like me. I tried. Trying to be friendly. There's a lot of trash pickup day. Well, it's coming in, I think, tomorrow, so everyone's getting their stuff out. It is a mess in my neighborhood. Absolutely crazy. Can't even park my car in front of my house. It's so bad. Now, here's one thing I noticed today. So right now, I'm bringing a bunch of energy drinks for one of my coworkers. I love him. He's a great guy. He works overnight. His name's Don. So I got about 5 rock stars in the back, and then I also have 2 Red Bulls and a soda for me. So that's gonna be for my lunches and, you know, my breaks and stuff like that. So my backpack is weighed down a shit ton right now. And what I've noticed is that it's so light of a bike in the front that it feels so like weird moving the front end now. It almost feels like it wants to wheelie in a way because of that. And real quick, if you guys didn't watch the last video as well, we did go up to full battery bars because it did sit for 24 hours before I rode it again. And right now it's showing about 4. And when we last left off, it was at 3. So I'm expecting by the end of this video, it should be close to around, I would say 2, maybe 1. I'll be actually surprised if it goes down to that last battery bar, because this is a 31.5 amp hour battery in here. Very big compared to some of these other dual battery e-bikes that aren't even the same. All right, so I have to, so you have to hit the brake. You can't actually be on the throttle and hit the brake at the same time. So that's interesting. I was looking like a fool right there, not leaving the light. So it's just something you gotta get used to on this thing. Anyway, so I wanna be able to stay in the road, but this is a 40-mile-an-hour street. We're not at a full charge, and I should still be able to hit like 36, 37. However, I still feel like people might get slightly impatient being behind me, so that's why I'm gonna kind of ride over on the side where I have a non-existing bike lane. I am not about to ride in all the dirt and the gravel over there. I will definitely wreck unless I'm doing 10 miles an hour, but I am also not trying to get a flat. Now, this does have 5-inch tires on it. Love it. I'm not hating on the tire size whatsoever. It's honestly like one of my favorite things about this. Other than the turn signals in the front, you guys could tell from my video review, I was very happy with how the turn signals looked. But what was I gonna say? Oh, that's right. So the tires, I love them, but you're really going to pick up more stuff on the road because they're a lot more wider than your standard traditional tire that's maybe 2 or 2.5 inch. And some of these fat tire e-bikes are 4 inch at the max. This thing is 5 inch, and that's a lot of surface area to randomly pick up something. Whoa! Oh. Wow, you really got to get used to the terrain on this bike. I took that thing as fast as I thought I could, and that was sketchy. Oh, and check this out. So we're already down to our last 2 battery bars, so that's a little concerning. I barely just left my house. I need to make sure that I have enough range to go back and forth, but the company assured me. They sent me a message on Facebook, and they basically told me that people are getting 40 miles of range out of this thing, and I'm like, okay, I'll take your guys' word for it. I only have a total of, let's see if this will work, 12.5 miles on this 31.5 amp hour battery. So I was telling you guys I should probably get around 28 to 30, and I think that's realistic the way I'm riding. So I shouldn't have to worry, but seeing 2 battery bars out of the 5 already within like under 13 miles, that's a little concerning. I don't know what they have this tuned to. So most companies can have the full battery bar be at like 58.8 volts, and then in the middle they can have it at like 52 volts, and then the low side they can have it as low as what, like, I forget, is it 42 volts or something? I don't know how they have this thing tuned, but that's how you get your battery bars, is whatever voltage they set it to, so it goes to the next bar. I gotta make sure to push the brake before it turns green for us, so I can make sure to go on time. Let's go! Let's see how fast we can get away from this traffic. Okay, not that fast. I mean, they're not hauling ass, they're just driving like a normal person, but the people that are behind me, I think they got on the freeway, so that's why they're not there. So yeah, it's not the most craziest fast thing, but compared to being 48 volt and everything else on the market, this thing is quick. I gotta give it to them. This thing is fast. I can't believe if they were to make a 52 volt version of this and have maybe the same motor, maybe even a 2000 watt motor, and then 52 volt, have the same type of controller, this thing will definitely get probably 45 miles per hour. I don't know. I could see that happening. I don't know if they're ever going to do a 52 volt. I don't want to put that out in the world. But I'm just saying, if they did, this thing would be crazy, because normally you'd have to have a 52 volt system to do the max speed and the torque that we're getting out of this thing. This is going to be our first hill we're coming up. Let's see how well it does. We're starting from a dead stop. This thing should be definitely very powerful coming up this thing. All right. And 22. I was okay, 23. We're reaching the top now, but about 22. I was actually expecting it to be a little bit more powerful than that. However, it's just a simple fact that we are down on battery, and the lower you go in your battery, you start losing power. But let's see how fast it goes downhill. I was able to hit 39 miles an hour on this thing, the fastest I can go. I was curious to see if we'd be able to hit 40. A lot of people out there say this thing hits 40 all day long, and not at 165 pounds. Now, if I was maybe a $120, then yeah, I could probably see me hitting about 40, maybe even 41. It really just depends. But yeah, I'm a little bit too heavy to hit over 40 miles an hour. And if you're also heavier than me at 250 pounds, then you're probably gonna be going slower. Than my average speed is normally 38 miles an hour. All right, we're gonna go through it. See, it turned green. I know my lights around here. I do that to get away from traffic. Traffic is crazy. Someone was flying past me earlier coming this way. I was like, oh my God. Hey, look at these people speeding. Maniacs. Damn. Oh man, people are crazy out here. Now, I do have a little bit of wind hitting me as I'm going down, and I'm only able to hit 35 right now. That's still very good speed. You can't be wrong with that. Partially me, which is, god dang, I wish that I would have charged this to full battery before I did this trip, but I really wanted to do a range test for you guys. Because again, when the company reached out to me, they're like, no, you should be able to hit 40 miles of range now. I wasn't saying you couldn't, I'm just saying the way I'm riding, I don't think I am. Now, in a Tesla, keep in mind, they say you can get an EPA rating of like, say, 300 miles. The way I've been driving my Tesla, I get about 200, if that. Because I drive faster, I leave lights faster than a regular person does at a light. And the same thing that goes for these. These are exactly the same thing, same type of lithium-ion batteries. I mean, Tesla has a little bit better battery, of course, but it's the same concept. What the hell's going on? I don't want to die. God dang, he took up the whole damn road, bike lane, everything. I can't even get by. Oh dang. They move. I should get out of the street. Why am I in the road? I should be in the bike lane. Oh man, I'm doing 35. I definitely should not be in the street, especially with everyone going so fast. But yeah, this is a comfortable, fun bike. A little bit weird to turn, but I am so impressed. This is one of my top bikes. Getting some nods from people. Let's go. I'm gonna take a shortcut here, even though I didn't know it was this flooded. Oh shit. That front tire slid a little tiny bit. Oh, Oh man, that front fender did not block a lot of the water. I felt it hit my pants. I felt it get on my shoes. I could see it on my shoes. And damn. I was mentioning the front fender. Wow, okay, yeah, my whole thing is wet. The front fender is not the business. I wish it was bigger, but it is what it is. I mean, you really can't go wrong with the price of this thing. That's really where this thing shines at, is in the price. I would have to say this thing is up there with the Rev 1, the Ghost Cat e-bike, and this is probably gonna be my third mention because of the price and the performance you get out of it. Like, you seriously cannot beat it. I have so many good things to say about it, even though I do try to find the negatives on these bikes, but this is fantastic. So without further ado, getting to work, and then we'll see you guys at nighttime so we can check out the lights front and back and just have some fun. What's that? I just got it, but yeah, everything's for sale, man. Yeah, if you want it, I'll probably sell it for like 1,200 bucks. Yeah, I only got like 10 or 12 miles on it. Well, that was interesting. The guy asked if I was selling it, and I told him yeah, and then he didn't even really seem interested. He's like, oh, that's cool. Maybe he thought I custom made this or something. I have no idea. But anyways, see you guys in a bit. Whoa, why is there so many bikes and scooters over here? It's turning into a gang over here. Oh man, even the back fender got my seat wet. That means my back and my backpack is all wet. What the? Oh, it wasn't locked.
Oh yeah. I should kick down the kickstand, that would help.
Yeah, kick that up. What you want to do is probably go in the 5, so hit the up button, that plus button over there.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, 5.
Yeah, go to 5. That'll give you the max power. It's nothing crazy. It's only 48 volt. It's not a 52 volt system, but it still has a good controller in it.
Okay. Okay.
But, yeah, be a little careful since the tires are all wet. You got this. Oh, one thing you have to do, my bad.
Yeah.
So you have to push the brake first for it to activate.
Push the brake, which one's that?
Any of the brakes, any of the brake levers, you just have to tap one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, and now you should be able to go. There you go.
Oh, shit.
What do you think, he's gonna wreck or what?
Possibly.
Possibly. You trying to ride it too, Ryan, or what?
Not good.
All right.
I'm kind of fat, so.
I mean, it holds up to 330 pounds, so you'd be good.
Okay.
The one thing I'm noticing on that bike, though, is the brake light actually looks good when he hits the brake, but when it's not hit, it looks like kind of pinkish.
That thing's fast as fuck, man.
Fast as hell. But it's comfortable, huh? Like, it's pretty, just chilling.
I support this product.
Yeah, I'll sell it to you, $1,000. Cool, man. Well, thanks for riding it, dude.
Oh, yeah, thank you for the
Testing it out. Yeah, you can't pass up the price. Use for like 1,700 bucks.
700?
Yeah, use my discount code in the checkout, MrCentralDriver. Yep.
I'll make sure to do that.
Yeah,
Everyone should do that.
Yeah.
Everyone should use that.
All right, man. Well, let me get on the trip. I got to go home myself.
Oh, yep.
See you, man. All right, guys. Let's get started on the night ride. Turn the bike on with this bottom button right here. Get the gloves on. Got my sweater on because it's a little nippy out here. It's like 59-ish. It's nothing crazy, but since this thing goes super fast, gotta have some protection. Anyways, let me kick the kickstand up. It's way in the back. Oh, I already got it. Cool. All right, when I was showing my buddy how to use this thing, obviously the brakes are the most kind of annoying thing on here. It's not a big deal, but you know, I wish it wasn't like that. My other coworker that showed up, he wanted to ride it because he was very interested in this thing, but he ran out of time when I was getting ready to clock out, and he had to clock in, and he can't really ride it on the clock. Anyways, let me show you guys the bike at night real quick from a distance so you guys can kind of see how it looks at night. Now it's cool because this looks purple instead of blue, and it's really dusty, so I apologize. But the tank is kind of coming off like a midnight purple, kind of like a Skyline GTR. It looks sick. Like, this looks like a legit, like, small mini chopper. I think this thing looks badass. And you would not think it's that comfortable because your hands are way at the top and you're sitting very low, but it really is. It's a nice seating position for me. I love it. Here's the brake light real quick before we start rolling. it looks like this fender didn't cover a lot of stuff because it looks all wet with a bunch of water underneath it. Not a big fan of the brake light. When I was watching my buddy ride it, it looks pink. It doesn't look red. But when he hit the brakes, it looked really good. So without further ado, let's see if I aim this headlight pretty good. Oh, look, it looks like we have like a high beam and a low beam on at the same time. So it looks a little high. So I'm gonna move it down just a hair. All right, oh, okay. No, that looks pretty good right there. What do you think? Well, I don't know, you guys probably won't respond until after the video's up, so. All right, I think I got the kickstand. That's one thing I wanna make sure that I put up because I definitely don't wanna go down. All right, thought I was gonna have to play chicken with this car. I was like, let's go, buddy. Let's go, I'm on a bike. I got the right of way. Dang, look at this headlight. This headlight's dope. All right, let me get my turn signal on and let's get the heck out of here. Dang, this turn signal's bright. Holy moly, look at this thing. Jeez Louise. Wow. I knew these turn signals are going to be dope. These are awesome. I need to see how they look in the back to show you guys. And I guess I could have put the headlight a little tiny bit more higher up, but it is what it is. It's not that bad. I'm probably going to have to run this light, though, because it's not going to get me. And the car that's behind me is, like, way back there. Gotta do it. Hey, that guy delivers DoorDash all the time to me. All right, well, that is awesome. I'm loving those turn signals. Ooh, little bumpy right there. What I kind of want to do is pull in here really quick. I know I'm wasting a little bit of time. Normally I'm like halfway home already, and I left work late because I was waiting for my coworker to get there. Normally they'll get there a little bit earlier, but I wanted to see the turn signals front and back because this thing is, man, that thing is shining. The cool thing is you can move this thing down. You can have it point straight to the ground, or you can have it like way up. The cool thing is you can just adjust that right on the fly. The other ones that you put on the headlight, they're just a sticks and you can't adjust them. You can point them straight up, but you can't actually move them when you're actually riding. Front turn signal is great. Let's see the back. All right, well, the back one isn't that great. You could probably see that it's very small. And the reason why it's kind of hard to see is because it's so tucked underneath the seat. It's not a big deal, but I would like to see it a little bit better in the back. But the fact that it just has it is very awesome. All right, let me make sure that's kicked up. Oh, God. I'm all trying to be cool, use my little horn, get out of here, and I keep forgetting the brake lever. I want to turn that feature off so bad. All right, well, anyways, let's pull onto the street. Got to use my turn signal. It's okay. Oh, my, I'm getting blasted. Oh, man, water is hitting me in the face. Oh, I'm still getting hit with water. That is probably all over my camera by now. Holy moly. All right. I'm probably going to have to wipe this camera down. There's probably water all over it. But we're going to keep trucking along. Hopefully nothing got too wet so you guys can see. I apologize if it got all wet. I literally felt it hit my face like multiple times. So, again, the front fender's not doing a whole lot. But the reason why we're doing this trip is to check out the lights. And as I'm looking at the headlight right now, we do have some street lights. They're pretty bright. There are going to be a few sections we go through that's not going to have this bright a light above us. But I love how I can see. I can see this over the street lights. It's brighter than that. And one thing I forgot to bring, I love to bring an aftermarket light with me to put on the handlebars. There's a lot going on with the handlebars because you do have these turn signals actually on here. Like there's a mount for them on the handlebars, so it does take up a little bit of space. But I could still fit a light on here. The only bad thing is all the space is taken up on the flat parts, so I'd have to put the light sideways on the handlebars, so it might be a little crooked when it's on there. But I really don't think you need an aftermarket light with this bike unless you're straight going like through pitch dark and you want like a really, really strong beam of light to see everything around you, then hey, sure. But you really don't need it. But I'm loving the light so far. It's great. Battery bars right now after we're probably a mile going home, maybe a mile and a half. We're looking at 2 battery bars still. Really curious to see if we'll get to that last one. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to that last one. And then I'll check my phone, which, oh my God, I forgot to put my phone up here. Detour. Okay, so we need to add a mile and a half onto, actually no, we need to add 2 miles onto our ride because my buddy rode it in the parking lot and he at least did like half a mile. Okay, so let me come up here. All right, so 15.1 miles. I'm gonna add 2 miles to that, so 17.1 miles. Max speed is still the same, 39.2 miles an hour. That was from the other day, not today. But okay, now we're recording our range and everything, I should say. Man, I am all over the place. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Beep, beep, beep. Oh man, the horn is just Mickey Mouse. It's funny. I really wish we had a real horn on this thing. You know, it'd be more manly. You know, it's supposed to be a mini Harley. It's supposed to be hard and just, oh. I wish this thing had some like fake sounds you could put on that come from the motor when you get on the throttle. It's all like different. Like you could do a 4-cylinder, you could do a Harley, you could do a sports bike. That'd be hilarious. Most companies are doing that with electric cars now. You guys have probably seen that. And real quick, let me turn down the brightness of my phone because that is absolutely bright. Oh my God, we gotta stop again. Wow, best brakes ever. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you guys, because I know this screen is pretty bright. Now this is really dim, but I've noticed on my videos that these are too bright, which this one's probably gonna ruin it. Everything else kind of comes out dark. So hopefully you guys can see okay. Gotta watch out for these branches. I do sit pretty low on this thing compared to a normal moped style e-bike. And that's kind of what's good about this thing too, is that if you are probably like 5'3"-ish and up, you should have no problem riding this thing, even at 5'2", but you might be a little bit leaning to the side with 1 foot, but you will feel way more comfortable on this thing compared to riding like a Ride 1 Up or a Ghost Cat bike. The Ghost Cat bike wasn't, I don't think, too bad. I think it was a little bit lower than the Ride 1 Up, and I'm comparing it to the DRT, because the DRT is a little bit taller. I'm trying to think of what else out there, but a lot of moped style e-bikes, they're sitting very high. And that's another thing we got to get into too, because a lot of people are going to love or hate this thing. I love moped style e-bikes, that's my favorite, so I would take a moped style bike over this one. But for the price, if you're just looking for straight performance and the range and high quality parts, I mean the grips are kind of one of the cheapest things I've seen on this bike. But the turn signals being up here, the brake light was kind of but I mean it's doable. You have a compression adjustment on the suspension. You don't need a lockout or a preload or anything like that. It comes with almost everything you need. I don't know what else to say. Like, it is a fantastic bike for the price. And I'm really factoring in the price there for you guys, because bikes like this are normally about $2,500 to $3,000. Let me make sure to pedal. I'm not sitting there. I'll be there forever. The turn signal light hasn't even went on. I'm being careful. I look both ways. The GoPro, or actually it's just the Ace Pro is what we're shooting on. It looks like it's wide, but it's not as wide as my field of view, so I can see a lot more, so there was no one coming. But anyways, hey, that gets me away from traffic, so I'm cool with that. Late at night, you never know. I just saw someone get hit. I didn't see somebody get hit. I saw the news. The guy just got hit just riding in the bike lane. So I gotta be careful. I'd rather get away from these crazy people, especially being almost like 1 in the morning, because I work late. But anyways, nice cold day. Looks like I'm not really getting much speed out of this bike anymore, you guys notice, and it's not very windy at all. I'm not really going with the wind, and I'm only getting 30. That's wild. Let me stop pedaling. Maybe the pedals have something to do with it. I don't think so. Yeah, the pedals had nothing to do with it, because we're only hitting 32 on here and 30 on here, and that makes complete sense. Traffic's coming back up. Oh, that wasn't the same car I was next to. I don't know what happened to the car I was next to. Can I see? Oh, they coming. Oh, they coming. Dang, it's probably going to be at the wrong time because I got to get over soon. I do wish this thing went a little bit faster on 2 battery bars, and I wish I could see the voltage, because I can tell you, oh, we're at like 20 or 30%, and that would make more sense. I just have no idea where we're at. I'm just going off of this, and I mean, 2 battery bars is confident. I only have another like 1.5 miles to go home, so I'm not too worried about that, but I expected that to go down, actually. Oh boy, people going fast. People hauling ass. All right, we're good, we're good. We're gonna get over, we're gonna dip. Woo, feels so weird trying to turn this bike very fast. Gotta get comfortable with this thing. It's not a crazy turn, like you can't turn this thing. I was gonna say crazy tuner, but that sounds like an import car. But yeah, I'm having fun with this thing. I highly recommend it. Again, this has to be for sure in my top 5. I know I was mentioning a few other bikes like the Rev 1 and the Ghost Cat are probably in my like top 2 or top 3. And then this one for sure is either right behind those, but I haven't really made a list. I should probably make a list. One of these days I've been thinking about making a website, and we'll have a full list of like all the bikes that I rate. I'll give it a rating. Like I gave this thing a 9 out of 10 for the rating, and then we got to go off of price and everything like that too. But I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this bike. Having the best time in the world on it. You guys will not go wrong, especially if you use my coupon code, because it is $17.99 marked down from $2,000 right now after making the video. I can't say in a couple months what this bike's going to cost. It's also on Amazon, but I can't give you the discount. I can't give you the $100 off. You use the discount on their website only, MrCentralDriver, and keep in mind that I don't think their website charges tax or shipping, but if you buy it on Amazon, they're going to charge you the tax wherever you stay at and shipping. So it's going to be a lot more expensive. Just keep that in mind. But come on, bike. Oh, man, we are losing speed little by little. No one's behind me. I take up the road. Heck yeah. And this bike isn't as crazy as you think. I know I've been mentioning it many times that the handlebars are really high and the way you sit is very low. And it's very minimalistic. Like it is, my hands really, actually, if you look at them, they're going kind of down in a way. But it's a lot different from any other bike you really sit on. But I am loving it. I love my Hora motorcycle. I've been trying to sell that for a while. And this is very similar. The fact that it has the same park mode, we have to hit the brake levers. I wish you can kind of get in here and tune this thing and make it a little, you know, I don't know, not really make it faster. You don't really need to make it faster. Kitty! Kitty! But I would like to take that park mode off. Kitty! I'm getting home, guys, so let me check the range when I pull up to my house, and let's see what we did. Oh, crap, I forgot I put both of my cars out here. Alrighty. Skirt. Hey, buddy. Another kitty. At least you come visit me and hang out with me. Yeah, I'll feed you in a second. The subscribers need to know what my range is, and who the heck is that? Okay, so we did 18.2, but I got to add 2 miles onto that. So roughly 20 miles, 20.2 miles. Anyways, take it with a grain of salt. Pretty fun bike, and you can't beat the price. So again, discount codes, links down in the description, MrCentralDriver. See you guys in the next one. You guys are the true MVPs for sticking around, and I'll feed you. I will feed you. All right, man. See ya. All right, give me a second.